Out of every video that I made so far, this is probably the only one that I did not plan to make. This video idea came to me when I was doing my last video about Oguri. And when I do my research, there is one character archetype that stood out to me. The showman. And yeah, that is actually my word to describe this. The official term that I quoted from the Carl Jung theory of archetypes is actually the persona. No. Okay, to understand what kind of character that I want to talk about, I want to take one anime as an example. Let's say we take Demon Slayer as the example. Tanjiro as a character is the moral anchor. We are basing the whole good and bad in Demon Slayer based on Tanjiro's point of view. Tanjiro is also the one that has the most resilience out of everyone. And then you get Zenitsu, the funny character, but he is more moving as the hidden ace. The one that has the least screen time but everyone wants to see. And Inosuke, the wild card, the one that keeps the show unpredictable and exciting. Aside from them, you get other characters that are more or less designed to support them. And of course, there is our villains in the story. But there is one more character type that is not within the three that we mentioned. Those who are designed to do their own thing. Those who are designed to grab your attention. To be as flashy, as flamboyant as the author wants. They are the characters that are made to be as different, as unique as possible. They were rarely became the key protagonist in their own story, but right now, they are our main subject. Now you probably already have an idea or maybe a character in mind that fits my very fake description, but I will try to explain it a little bit more clearly. The easiest thing to notice from this character archetype is that they have an extreme self-confidence. They speak in high tone and full convictions. They speak as if they are commanding something. They never question in their own ability and never doubt in their own greatness. If we stretch it a little bit, they usually refer themselves in hyperbolic terms, like they are getting angry at someone that doesn't refer to them as senpai or sama in a way. Or they have their own title and wants everyone to call it instead their actual name. Or if we take it a little bit more further, they always present themselves in a theatrical manner, with overly designed costumes and aesthetics, or being loud in personality with dramatic gestures. It's like they are screaming for attention but knowing how to control it, or basically every single JoJo character. But they have this confidence because they have the skills and ability to back it up. Usually they have a path that they are the only one mastered. Maybe everyone sees them as the weird ones, but they knew exactly what they are doing. And it's not only their unique character that piques my interest, but it's actually how flexible these characters are in each anime. Like really, you can apply these character traits in any scenario that you want. Let's say you want a character that comes with a bang. A character that instantly makes a huge impact. A character that can create lasting impressions even though they only appear once or twice. Character like Tengen from Demon Slayer is the one that you are looking for. He literally just came in, fought with his own flashy shinobi way in only one arc, and that is enough to ensure that we are never going to forget him. And I think everyone agrees that he is always gonna be one of the favorites for everyone that loves Demon Slayer. Or you want another example with characters that has less screen time than Tengen, but arguably have more impact. 𝓾𝓬𝓱𝓮𝓫 from One Piece only appears twice, as a bit cameo in Alabasta and a more major appearance in Impel Down. And I dare you to find a One Piece fan that didn't like 𝓾𝓬𝓱𝓮𝓫. Everyone always remembers the unfunny 𝓾𝓬𝓱𝓮𝓫 that has his own principle of loyalty. You can point out how weird and offsetting he is, but every single One Piece fan adores and respects him as a character. Or now you want a character that is like Tengen, but you want to put the ego to the max. You want someone that demands admiration and applause every single time they appear on a scene. You want someone that has over-the-top personality that is almost borderline narcissistic. You can get characters like Opera O from Uma Musume or Kamina from Gurren Lagann, because Opera is the emperor. Every time she speaks, she says nothing but to praise herself. Every win she gets just feeds her ego. Every praise she gets just makes her demands even more praise. She knows that she is not only gonna win the next race, but she has already imagined herself winning the next one, and even plans to win it again. She is not only came here to race, but she wants to make the race her stage, and she demands every single audience to witness her greatness. 𝓾𝓬𝓱𝓮𝓫 is a bit different from Opera. While both of them sees life as a stage, 𝓾𝓬𝓱𝓮𝓫 uses his confidence as his biggest strength. Unlike Opera, who has the skill to back her claim, 𝓾𝓬𝓱𝓮𝓫 speaks highly to boost his confidence, and thus making him do more than he could think. This makes people see his arrogance as his self-reflection in the future, not something to be annoyed with. His self-belief became the fuel to make him better, became the motivation to defeat his enemies, and became the inspiration for others. Or maybe now, seeing how glaring Opera and 𝓾𝓬𝓱𝓮𝓫 are, you want someone that is flamboyant and arrogant, but they do it more subtle. A more low profile that shows off but in a more elegant way. Maybe you like more of a character like 𝓾𝓬𝓱𝓮𝓫 from Bleach. Even though he is lawfully arrogant and always sees his enemies are not worth his time, he likes to keep it quiet. His beliefs in order and law, and also as the captain of the 6th Division, makes him fully aware that being too loud is not good for his own sake. He doesn't like to immediately show it off or laugh at his opponent's face, but he is the type of guy that lets his sword to do the talking. Similar to Reinhardt from Legend of the Galactic Heroes, he has this ambition to take over the universe, and his autocracy view makes him a relentless leader. Even though his reign of power is full of people that are loyal and support him, but in the end, he leaves a legacy that is both magnificent and controversial. But as much as a benevolent leader he is, he still maintains his composure when it comes to showing his true power, which makes him a very gentle yet cold leader. And these examples are not even close to showing you how much you could do with these archetypes. There are characters that wear their arrogant behavior as their persona, and they have the charm to motivate their students like Gojo or All Might. Or maybe their explosive nature is to show a dramatic stage to shine one last time before the star runs out, like Whitebeard or Rengoku. Maybe you thought this character only exists in action shonen, but characters like Ai or Mikoshiba would probably disagree with you. I said earlier that these characters are rarely became the main character, but sometimes they are the main character. Or you want to take half of the archetype. You want the ego, but you want the ego to be more driven by the thrill of competition or overcoming their rival. And you also want them to be the main character. Well, there is one character that perfectly fits that description, and you will see them very soon. And this complex of mixed personality also complements well with the storytelling of each anime they represent. The most common case is that they are used as an elevation point. When the story is starting to become more serious, these characters are made to signify the intensity. Tengen was introduced when we are getting to fight the upper moons in Demon Slayer. Dealing with the upper moons meaning that we are stepping up to the peak of the story. We are having band for the strongest enemies in the universe. And to fight them, we need an equally strong ally that doesn't need much introduction to know that this guy knows how to throw hands. This is an easy way for the author to elevate the power scale without reintroducing the character. Characters like Gojo also serve the same purpose in Shibuya. This can work really well because these types of characters are usually resemble status and power. And when someone can match the power that they already set, that is an easy layup to create intensity in the story. And another useful purpose of a character that already has inherent power and status is to establish the ceiling of power. To create a wall between the initial power of our main character to what they could surpass in the future. Usually they appear in the early part of the story. They could be a villain like Gun Devil in Chainsaw Man, or an ally like All Might in My Hero, or appear as a neutral like Quant in Tower of God. It is their job to overwhelm our main character, or being seen as unreachable as possible to instantly create a power gap between the characters. And that gap creates a long aspiration story for our main character to reach that level. And once achieved, that will create a huge sense of achievement. And for anime other than action shonen, they were usually used to spark a contrast between our characters. This is typically utilized in sports anime. The main character is more leaning towards the good side of personality, like what we see in the movie Uma Musume Road to the Top. Narita Top Road is clearly the character that is liked by most people. A lot of people cheered and put faith in her, which became the source of her confidence. It is hard to hate on her with the bright and brimming energy she had. And to contrast that personality, Oprah O is there as a rival. Oprah O doesn't need people to like her because she gained confidence by believing in herself. Also different from Kuroko, who is more gentle and weak, resulting in lack of confidence, Akashi is more arrogant, is more confident, and as a tall captain of Teiko Middle School, is nothing close to what Kuroko is. This contrast creates a tense rivalry and makes us pick a clear side between two of them. Just imagine what if the rival has the same personality as the main character. We couldn't feel the competition or the sense of I have to defeat them in the story. But by contrasting their personality, we can create a gap between those two sides, and it makes it easier for us to decide which one that we are going to support until the end. This is only a tiny bit of explanation of how characters are meticulously made in each anime that we watch. Sometimes we only pay attention to the main character of the story as a benchmark of what we call a good writing. But I feel like I have to give a spotlight to these characters that impacted the story so much that we do not even realize how important they are to the story. And if you want to see me discussing an anime that is not only reviewing the plot of the anime, maybe you can give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to let me know you want more videos like this. And if you have more suggestions of what anime or manga or any topic that you want me to cover, you can go ahead join my Discord channel in the description and you can meet our small community of anime fans like you. And as always, see you in my next video.